Interstellar, directed by Christopher Nolan, takes place in the year 2067 when Earth is on the verge of dying due to a global food crisis. The film follows Joseph Cooper, a former NASA pilot who becomes a farmer, and he is chosen to travel through a wormhole in search of a new home to save the world. Although Interstellar takes place in space and includes many action scenes, it's not exactly an action movie at heart. At its core, the film is really about love. Not the typical romantic love, but the deep emotional connection between a father and his daughter, Murph. Their connection drives the entire story, showing that love can go beyond both space and time. Film form. Interstellar follows a classic story structure. However, what makes it unique is how it plays with time and emotion. Nolan uses time not just as a part of the story, but as a key element of the film's structure and form.
How many years?
By now it must be.
It's 23 years, 4 months, 8 days.
The movie cuts between two completely different worlds, showing how time moves differently in each. According to Bordwell and Thompson, form is the system of relationships among the parts of a film. In Interstellar, every scene, sound, and transition connects back to the theme of love and time. The form of the film itself becomes a reflection of its message, that even across galaxies, love remains the strongest link between people. Narrative form. The film follows a clear 3-act structure. Act 1 sets up Earth's collapse and Cooper's painful decision to leave his family behind. Act 2 focuses on his mission through space, exploring new planets and facing the emotional impact of being away from home. Act 3 brings the story full circle when Cooper and Murph reconnect after decades apart.
It was me, Murph. I was your ghost.
I know.
The main conflict isn't between humans and aliens, but it's between man and time, and man and his own emotions. Nolan uses a restricted point of view so we can only see what Cooper sees. This makes the experience feel more personal and emotional because we go through the same confusion, fear, and hope that he does. The story blends science fiction with human emotion, showing how love can be stronger than gravity or time. Mise-en-scene and cinematography. Visually, this film is absolutely breathtaking. The mise-en-scene shows the contrast between the two main settings of a gloomy, dying Earth and the vast, endless world of space. The earthy tones of the farm scenes represent decay and hopelessness, while the bright colors and blacks of outer space show endless possibilities. Cinematographer Hoyt van Hoytema used 70mm IMAX cameras and natural lighting to give the film a sense of realism. Using NASA's technology, the sets and ships were designed to look as real as possible. The camera often uses wide shots to show how small humans are compared to the universe, and close-ups to capture the pain and emotion in the characters' faces. The cinematography and design work beautifully together to make the audience feel both the beauty and loneliness of space. Editing and sound. The editing in Interstellar highlights the theme of time. The film constantly cross-cuts between Cooper's experience in space and Murph's life back on Earth, showing how time moves differently for each of them. When Cooper lands on Miller's planet, a few hours for him there equals to nearly 23 years on Earth. When he watches the video message from his children growing up, the emotion hits hard because the editing allows us to feel that time passes instantly, as if it were happening to us.
There's Lois. Her right there. Murphy still grabbed his car. She crashed it. She's okay though. Hey, Dad. Look at this. Your grandpa. His name's Jesse. I kind of wanted to call him Coop, but Lois says, maybe next time. Donald says he's already earned the great part, so we just leave it at that.
The soundtrack adds even more depth. The ticking clocks and long rising sounds build tension and emotion. The music often feels overwhelming, but that's intentional. It makes the viewer feel what Cooper feels. Directorial style. Christopher Nolan's directorial style combines big ideas with real human emotion. He's most known for using practical effects, complex storytelling, and themes of time, sacrifice, and morality. In Interstellar, he pushes these ideas even further. He doesn't just tell a regular old science fiction story, but he uses his techniques to highlight the theme of love. Nolan's films often make you think a lot, but this one also makes you feel a lot more. His attention to detail and realism makes this movie feel a lot more believable, even when dealing with impossible concepts like black holes and time travel. Genre. Interstellar is not really one specific genre, but a mix of genres. It's a science fiction film, but it also works as a drama and a family story. It takes the typical space sci-fi movie setup and turns it into something much more emotional and meaningful. Instead of focusing on aliens or war, it focuses on human connection and survival. It's a reformed sci-fi film because it breaks away from the typical formula and puts emotion at the center of the story. Now, what do I think of this film? Every time I watch this film, I notice something new. It's one of those unique movies that stays with you long after it's over. Some people think it's too long or slow. Some people, like my professor, think it's not the best film by Nolan. But I think that's what makes it so special. You have to give yourself time to absorb it, just like a good book. The more you invest in it, the more it gives back. For me, Interstellar is one of the greatest films ever made because it perfectly balances science, emotion, and storytelling. It's about how far a father would go for his children, giving up years of his life so that they could have a future. It's a love story told through the lens of science, and that combination makes it powerful and truly unforgettable.